What's happening? Instagram. What's happening? YouTube. And what's happening? Speak to me as you come on in. I am on 10. Excited that we are We are almost there. Like next Friday. Is it? Do you guys understand what's about to happen? I see you, Balak. Do you guys understand what's about to happen next Friday? I pray that you are in the seat of expectation and expecting a miracle. What's up, Lisa? Denzel? I pray that you guys are literally ready for what is about to take place. I pray that your spirit, Major, is leaping when it comes to 12-hour prayer. Listen to me. I need y'all to hear me. I have been going through some things, and if I needed you guys to pray for anything, because there's warfare that goes with this. You cannot expect to do something like this and think that the enemy is not going to attack you. I have been attacked physically. It's okay, but I just need you guys to pray. The physical attacks with me have been migraine headaches almost every day. Last night I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, head pounding. And my wife was like, "What's going on?" I was like, 12-hour prayer is around the corner. And this is the part of the warfare. So I need you all to cover me when it comes to this. You cannot be at the front of something like this and think that the enemy is not going to attempt to attack you, to discourage you. And I have not suffered from migraine headaches in years. It's been years. But that devil, I was like, the devil is a bluffer. I don't panic. I just know that this is what goes with that. You cannot. And let that be a message for everyone that is on any form of battlefield. You cannot do something major that's going to cause a shaking in the spirit realm and think that the enemy is not going to launch some attacks. Goes with it. So his attack on me, and I'm not a sick person. I've never been in the hospital a day in my life. Never been to surgery. None of that. The devil is a bluffer. But also I know that we have intercessors, prayer warriors that would go in the spirit and pray. So that is the area that I need you to pray in. 12-hour prayer will be next Friday. Thursday is a night of worship. If you get in here early on Thursday, I'm warning you, don't stay in your hotel room. Don't come here and think you're going out to eat. Get to this building and know that we need to set the atmosphere with a night of worship. Thursday night at our Bible study, the Holy Spirit came in and took over. That we begin to clear the airways, getting ready for 12-hour prayer. Yes, it will be online, but many have already booked their plane tickets. Do you not know that we have 46 of the 50 states and 10 different countries that are flying in here for 12-hour prayer? You cannot do something like this. Do you hear me? If you still want to come, some of y'all, it's a sacrifice, but you better, yes, it will be virtual. I want to get that out the way. It will be virtual, but there's something going to happen for those that make the sacrifice and physically get in that building. We got the prayer lines up. People are going to be able to call in, all that. But I'm warning you, those that make the physical sacrifice, the financial sacrifice, and get to 12-hour prayer. Are we saying that you're going to have to stay all 12? Absolutely not. But you could choose your hours. If you want to leave, go out for a minute. We have over 10 to 15 food vendors that we have a lot across the street that we got it set up that people can go over, get something to eat, enjoy Chicago food, and do what? Is there a cost to get in? No, it's not. No, it's not. You just need to book your plane ticket. You just need to get your hotel. If you want more information, go to 12hourprayer.com. 12hourprayer.com. Everybody, he is a God that answers by fire. He is a God. Oh, somebody asked me. I want to make sure I read this question. Hold on. He is a God that manifests with miracle signs and wonders. We have one more week left fasting, which is this week coming up. Is this in Chicago? Yes, it is. Go to 12hour, Darlene. Go to 12hourprayer.com. We got prayer groups coming up. Shepherds, pastors, you need a safe space. Get here. Get here. There's a carpool from Detroit coming up. Pastors need to be filled back up, need to be encouraged. I'm warning you, get in this building. Nobody's going to mess with you. Look at me. We don't care about your title. Don't come in there looking for no massage. We're not massaging no titles. We need God. Do you hear me? If some of y'all are depleted, you need God. All right? Registering so that we can just get our hands around what states are coming in and how many people. But hotels are booked. I mean, there's a buzz in the spirit realm on what's about to take place. My God. All right. Let's go Bible. So we're teaching this series entitled You Got This. Pastor Dunn, you got this. For everyone that is listening to me, can you please repeat after me? I got this. Last week, the word was powerful. The services were powerful, dealing with Moses and his staff. Tomorrow, we're going to be in Luke 5, when Jesus gets into the boat of Peter. And Peter is disappointed. And I want to say to some of you all that are listening to me right now, you are in a space of being disappointed. But I want you to hear me loud and clear. In the midst of your disappointment, you got this. How do you know he was disappointed? If you go to Luke 5:5, he makes it very clear that we have toiled. We've been out in this water all night. And here's the line that lets us know that he is disappointed. He says in verse 5, and haven't caught anything. And haven't caught anything. What do you do when you have done everything that you're supposed to do and you have everything you're supposed to have, but you don't have the results? That is a disappointing feeling. And I'm saying to some of you all right now, disappointment goes with life. All right, let's talk. Mary and Martha were disappointed in the timing of Jesus when he came to raise Lazarus. Hear their words. Had you been here, that is Lady Loretta, we're praying for your healing. Take your time, girl. Don't rush your process. All right. Listen to me. Had you been here, and I'm saying to you, all that are listening to me tonight, Um, he doesn't come when you want him to come sometimes. And it is an area of disappointment. That is a timing issue. That is a timing issue. Disappointment. Judas was disappointed in himself. And what did he do? He could not handle what he had done. And as a result of that, he took his life. The difference between Judas and Peter: Judas ran off by himself because he was disappointed. Alex, Judas ran off by himself because he was disappointed. He was embarrassed. He let, I don't want nobody to see me. Peter ran right back with the disciples, although he had lied, cussed, denied. Jesus looked at him. Jesus even told him, Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times. But at least he ran back to the disciples. Many of you all don't allow your disappointment to get you to a place of isolation, because if the enemy gets you by yourself, you are going to make some bad decisions because there's no voice of accountability. Don't be embarrassed because you got divorced in church. Don't be embarrassed because you got pregnant in church. Don't be embarrassed because you got caught up in something in church and now you run somewhere by yourself. You cannot trust you. Do you hear me talking to you? Get back among the believers. Don't run off. Now I got to go join another church. Face it. Deal with it. Peter went right back in that room with them disciples and dealt with the embarrassment. Disappointment in others. When you are disappointed in others, when you think that people are supposed to have your back. I need your attention right now. I need your attention right now. Can I just give you this scripture? When David, the king of Israel, a friend of God, David said something in Psalms 41:9. Everyone that's disappointed in others, you should read this, 41:9. Even my close friend, someone I trusted, one who shared my bread, turned against me. You got to hear me. Those of you that are in leadership, I was praying about something and I heard this: expectation. High expectation brings about disappointment, because I'm holding people up here when they really are here. High expectation brings about disappointment. So then I began to think to myself, well, should I not expect certain things? Because certain things you just expect. I think you can expect, but I need you to be prepared just in case you don't get what you're looking for. Look at me. I have never been more disappointed in people until I became a pastor. You want my truth? It's the seat you sit in. The seat you sit in will bring you levels of disappointment. And I know that I've disappointed some people as well. Hear me loud and clear. Expectation, high expectations bring about great disappointment. But then some people present themselves in a way that you set your expectations high. This is what the Bible, don't present yourself to be something that you're not. So you have disappointment in people. Normal. What do I teach at my church? It doesn't matter what you do to me, but it does matter I respond. You should put that in your notes. It does not matter what you do to me, but it does matter how I respond. Disappointment in people is real. I was in a meeting yesterday and they said something. Wherever there are people, there is conflict. So it goes with life. It goes with life. All right. Disappointment in life Do you not know how Naomi felt when she went back home and it's like, Naomi, don't call me Naomi. I left here full. I'm coming back empty. Life. I've lost a husband. That was my future. That was my present. I lost my 2 sons. That was my future. Life has hit many of you all with a blow that is called disappointment. And now your disappointment is turned into bitterness. Don't call me Naomi. Call me Mara, which is bitter. Let me say that again. Your disappointment, if you're not careful, will lead to bitterness. Your disappointment, your loss, if you're not careful, can lead to bitterness. Want my truth? Divorcees. That thing right there has turned some people bitter. We out here now. We out here now. Some of the hardest people sometimes to deal with are those that have gone through bad divorce. Because no one gets married thinking, I'm going to get divorced. That disappointment is real. Especially when it looked like the one who was wrong in the relationship get to move on and be happy. You know, there's a song out. Hell to the no, no, no. Disappointment. Disappointment is real. Peter was disappointed in the results he was getting when he had everything he was supposed to have. Do you know how many people I went and got an education? Are you kidding me? I call myself sowing into my future to get a better way of life. It's not working. I could go further. I am saved. I am sanctified. I have lived a sacrificial life. And I feel that the hand I'm getting, this ain't right. It ain't right. It's disappointment. I took care of myself. Why am I sick? Come on. Come on, let's be honest. How do you recover from disappointment when you're not getting the results? How do you recover? Now that I've dug the grave, let me get you out of it. How do you recover? And don't see the religious people. Pray your way out of it. I have prayed. How do you recover from disappointment? You ready? Let's go to Luke 5. Number 1, you have to allow Jesus into this space of disappointment. You have to allow him in that space of disappointment. Invite him into your disappointment. Invite him into it. What do you mean by that? Verse 3. He got into one of the boats, the one belonging to Simon. They were washing their nets. They are ready to go home. And Jesus has the audacity to step into this space of disappointment and then said, and he sat down and began to teach the people. Let's be honest. How many of you all would have told him, bruh, you need to get up. Take that somewhere else. When you invite him into the area that has completely disappointed you. If you know that I'm talking to you in your spirit and in your mind, I want you to think about what that area is. And I want you to say, come on in, Jesus. Come on in. Come. Like I'm inviting you. Now, when you invite him, this is key too. You ready? You have to be honest about your disappointment. You have to be honest. Saints, you know I love us, but we are not honest. I'm straight. No, you're not. No, you're not. And he cannot step into a lie. He cannot remain in a lie. You have to be honest about your discipline. Transparency. Find that. Go to verse 5. Master, we worked hard all night. And what? Doggone it, we have not caught anything. Be honest about your disappointment. I prayed. I did what I was supposed to do. I'm trying to see how transparent I'm supposed to be on this here live tonight. Like, if I don't know anything else, I know that God called me to pastor. I know that I'm doing what he told me to do. Then why am I disappointed so much? And I'm honest. I have some victories, but I have some major disappointments when it comes to his people. Major. You got to be honest. You look, and after you're honest, you got to allow him in. You got to have this honest conversation. Then here's the challenge. Give God space to challenge you. In that disappointment. Give God space to challenge you. Sean, like some of us, here we go, you ready? When you're disappointed, you folding your nets, you cleaning your nets, I'm out of here. But what if I invite him in? What if I'm honest about my disappointment? And in my mind, I'm out of here. But he says, hold on. I want to give you another instruction. When you give him space, you have to be vulnerable again. I'm going to say that again. You can invite him in, You can be honest. My honesty does not mean locked door. I'm done. When you give him space to challenge you, and that challenge, whew, what did Jesus say? You let me in your space. You honest with me. You have toiled all night and you have not caught anything. So now let me challenge you. I need to challenge you. How does he challenge him? Here it is. Launch out into the deep. When he had finished speaking, verse 4, he said to Simon, put out, go into the deep and let down your net for a catch. I need your attention now. I really need your attention. You invite him in. You're honest. When you give him space to challenge you, now he's going to tell you to do something. I need your attention. So this is entitled, You Got This. Are you ready for every disappointed person? He didn't tell him to do what he had not already done. He did not tell him to do what he had not already done. What do you do when God tells you do it again? When you say it, I'm done. Think about it. Give him another chance. Apply again. You ready? He did not tell him to do what he had not already done. Ready? He didn't tell him to get what he didn't already have. I need you to lean in. He did not tell him to get what he didn't already have. You have everything you need. I'm not telling you to do what you haven't already done. I'm not telling you to get what you don't already have. I am just challenging you to go above your disappointment, be vulnerable again, be vulnerable, and do it again. And if you do it again, notice what he said. Notice what he said. Please notice what he said. He said, let down your net for a catch. For a catch. I'm not telling you to do what you haven't already done. I'm not telling you to go get what you don't already have. Love him again. Love him again. I don't want to be made a fool out of. It's brought there. Listen to me. When Peter says, we have toiled all night, which means that fishermen fish at night. It is broad daylight. All the fishermen are back on shore. All the fishermen are washing their nets. All the fishermen are packing up to leave. There is an audience. The reason that Jesus even stepped on the boat, because there was a crowd. Are you reluctant to do it because you don't want to look like a fool? Are you more worried about what people are going to think or what they're going to say rather than doing it again? Because he told you to do it. And you can't say you can't because you got it. You got it. You cannot say you can't do it. You just have to go above your disappointment. I have had some people in my life. You ready? Done. Done. Finish. Wrap. Over. And the Lord say, love him again. Drop your net. I would never tell you to do what I know you can't do. I would never tell you to drop what I know you don't have. I know you got it. I know you got it. You've invited me into your space. You've been very transparent. Now let me challenge you. Now let me challenge you. I need your attention. I need your attention. Let me challenge you. Lean in, not force you. Ball in your court. Ball in your court. I need your undivided attention. Do it again. Charles, it's amazing that Charles just came into this darn live as I teach this on disappointment. So we had saved. We needed a loan. We had gotten a loan twice before. We bought a building called the Lighthouse, and we got a loan on it. We paid it off. We then had taken out a loan to get the tabernacle remodeled, paid it off. We had bought 44 pieces of property, paid cash. We had $8 million in the bank. And I'm standing here holding the deeds to 44 pieces of property. And we need a loan. I have everything I need. My financial records are straight. I got the deeds, and I got money in the bank. All we need is a loan. 15 times we were told no. Apply, no. Apply, no. Apply, no. 15 no's. Disappointed. Total disappointment. Because I've done everything, or we have done everything that we're supposed to do. We have paid our bills. We have saved our money. We have bought this land. And all we keep hearing is no. 15 times. And the Lord say, Do it again. Charles Johnson is on here. I need y'all to listen to this testimony. He's telling me we applied for a total of 27 banks. What do you do when you have everything you're supposed to have? We 27 banks. Some of them didn't even apply to us. And all you keep hearing is no. And the Lord say, do it again. Do it again. If you're not careful, you will begin to question yourself, or you'll begin to think that you're lacking something. You got it. Everybody hear me. You have the experience. You have the resources. You have the education. You got it. You've tried. You've just been hitting the wall. You just keep hitting the wall. Now I need you to lean in. The first no we got came back. The first no came back. And the first person to tell us no had to come back only to tell us yes. Are you kidding me? Why would God make me go through this? Do you hear me? Some of y'all, you still got the net. You're still on the boat. You're still in the water. The difference, he's out here with you now. Do it again. Again. If he said, let down your net for a catch. That's all he said. Charles Johnson say, it's the long route. Remember we taught on that? What do you do when God take you the long route? It's so much revelation in that. It's so much revelation in that. Because had the first one just told me yes, then we would have started construction sooner. He took me the long route because God knew a pandemic was coming. So I need to slow your pace up. I need to slow your pace up because I got something coming down the pipeline that I don't need you to be ahead of the game. Because I need you to be at a certain space when the pandemic comes so that I can give you another miracle. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let down your net for, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to say this again, Alex, I'm going to challenge you, but I'm not going to force you. I am going to challenge you. What I'm not going to do is force you. Let down your nets for a catch. Ready? Here's the Bible. Luke 5, verse 6. When they had done so, comma, when it won't happen until you do it again. Apply again. Apply again. Get the house. I know you heard no. Apply again. Apply for school again. Try to start the business again. When they had done so, please pay attention. They caught Bible. They caught. This word is flowing tonight. When I tell you this Bible is flowing tonight, when they had done so, when they got over their disappointment, when they got over their disappointment, they caught such a large number of fish that the nets began to break. Him done. You caught so much that the net began to break. The net doesn't break until you get over your disappointment and do it again. The net, you can either wash the net, you could clean the net, you could fold the net, you could take the net home empty, or you could accept the challenge and drop it. And if you just give me one more chance, just give me one more chance. Forget about what you think. Forget about what people are gonna think. Don't worry about being embarrassed. Drop your net. And when they had done so, they caught such a large number of fish that the net began to break. So they signaled, shut up. Their partners in the other boat, come help us. And they came, here's the line, and filled both boats so full that they began to sink. Stop. You can't signal for other people to get their blessing until you get yours. What if my blessing is tied up in you dropping your net? If you don't drop this, who's waiting on you? Who is waiting on you to get over your disappointment? This Bible is flowing tonight. Who is waiting? Who's following you? Waiting on you to drop your net. Who's waiting to see your boat get filled? So their vocal, New Orleans, so their boat can be filled. So my family can't eat until you drop your net. My family, let's go here. My family cannot eat until you drop your net. My family can't be blessed until you get your blessing. I can't get the job until you get in the seat. What? My kids' tuition can't be paid until you drop your net. But you won't drop because you're disappointed. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Come on, bro. Come on, sister. Do it again. Do it again. Don't fold this net. Lean in. Don't fold this net. Don't pack this net up. I'm about to go somewhere. And don't pull this boat out this water. Talking about you going to find another body of water. He has already proven that there's some fish in this water. Did you change locations on me? We just need you to get over your disappointment. There's somebody listening tonight. You have been saying, I'll never get married again because the last marriage was disappointing to you. But if you drop your net, your next catch is going to bless you and your whole house. Who are you? Who are you? I am so grateful that my wife did not take her net and never drop her net again when she went through a bad divorce. You have to hear me. I feel your disappointment. You did everything you were supposed to do. But I'm going to need you to launch on out into the deep. And I'm going to need you to drop your net. If my wife had not stayed in her boat, I never would have met her. It's the truth. If Charles and I had given up and not continued to drop our nets, we would never have the building that we have right now. If I did not continue to drop my net, in spite of all the people that have disappointed me, I would never meet some of the most amazing people that I've met after them. Drop your net. How many times does it take for you to fold? I'm done. We flowing tonight. Are we flowing tonight? Anna, are we flowing tonight? How many times does it take for you? Some of y'all, one try, you gonna, no punks allowed. Drop your net. I want to give you the scripture that helps me with my disappointment. Okay? And I'm going to let you go. It is in Colossians 3. Charles, this word is flowing tonight. I need you to hear me. I remember being disappointed. I am good for pulling young men close to me to pour into them, to expose, because exposure brings about expectation. And I remember being disappointed in some that I had pulled close, I had poured, and I did not get the results that I was looking for. And I said, I'm done. I folded my net. No more pouring. What makes you keep dropping your net? Everyone that is listening to me, that it has been people that you have blessed, people that you've been good to, and you got people now knocking on your door that God is sending to come into your life, but you won't open the door because of the previous ones. Here's a line: that walked out, that walked out. You didn't put them out. They walked out. Is it your next husband? Is it your next wife? Is it your next business partner? Is it the next person that's supposed to do ministry with you? Is it the next person that's supposed to be on your team? Is it the next person that's supposed to be your friend? Is it the next person that's supposed to cover you? Listen to me. That young man that is on this live right now, Charles Johnson, I had been through so much disappointment. But when the Lord told me, now this thing gonna bless you right here, cast your net. Cast it. And I began to talk myself out of casting my net. And him and I are now, he worked for me 7 years. 7 years. And now he's the president of a $1 billion company. What if I refused to cast my net? And he will tell you today that he not worked for me. Let me say it like this: working for me prepared him to do what he's doing now. But what if I didn't drop the net? If you take notes, if you've been with me for a while, you've heard me say it. I'm going to say it again. One man's obedience is attached to so many destinies. IV, one woman's obedience is attached to so many other destinies. I need you all to drop these. Invite them in. Be honest about your disappointment, but be open to your challenge. And tonight, this is the Holy Ghost challenging you all to drop your nets. So let's get this scripture clear. Megan, even when it comes to some of you all, you were saved, you were a saved wife, you were a saved husband, but it led to a form of disappointment. I want you to get this scripture, Colossians 3:23. This is what keeps me dropping my net. Whatever you do, Sean, whatever you do, for those of y'all that have been disappointed with pastors and shepherds and bishops, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart. And for many of you all, you gave it your all. Here's the line: work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters. When I poured, I did it unto the Lord. I did it for God to be glorified. When I married you wanting God to get the glory out of this marriage. So I didn't do it for you. I didn't do it for you. I did it for the Lord. My God, Can I push you over your disappointment? Those of you all that know you did it unto the Lord. Look at me. You would have never got married. You would have never got married. You did it unto the Lord. You wanted to be right. You would have never pastored. You would have never been involved messing with these church people. I would have never volunteered or served the way that I served. I did it unto the Lord. Done. You got this. You got this. You got this. If you went to a church and they didn't handle you right, I did it unto the Lord. I dropped my net. I might not reap now, but I got a reaping season coming. I'm done. This Bible tonight. So I cancel your insecurities. I cancel your fears. Cancel your fears. I cancel you questioning if you got a vote or not. You have everything you need. You have one responsibility. Do it again. Apply again. Believe again. Shout again. Worship again. Apply for it again. Apply for it again. Apply for it again. Go look at the house. Apply again. Unlock the door again. And let someone into your life. Wow. This Bible ain't no joke. Everyone knows that I ministered to you tonight. Can you please put in the comments, I got this. Put this in the comment. I got this net. I got this net. Wow. If there's anyone that's listening to me and I've disappointed you, let me apologize. And don't let my bad encounter stop you from dropping your net again. I don't want to be the hindrance to your necks, because I want you to have a net breaking, boat sinking experience. I'm just saying. I got this net. Who knows? 27 financial institutions. And the first one had to come back and say yes, which means I had to go through 26 just to come back to number one. Ain't that a mess? That sounds like God. Isn't it? Wow. Everyone that's listening tonight, and if the word blessed you, we've done this for the last 2 months. I want you to sow. I want you to drop your net. It's a seed. It's either, let's stay with the tens. It's a 10, 20, 30, 40. Stay with the tens. If you don't have the 10, then you give the best seed that you can. There are 3 ways that you can sow. Number 1 is through the Cash App. It's the money sign, Holy John 2. Capitalize the H and the J and the number 2. Number 2 is PayPal. It's just Holy John. Darlene, I can't wait to see you and your sisters at 12-hour prayer. Capital H and J, Holy John. Or you can go to our website, newlifesoutheast.org. If you have our app, you can go to Give Online, go to the Give and look for Saturday Night Devotion, and you can give there. But drop your net for a catch. He just said for a catch. Joseph, I see you. Cynthia, I see you. This Bible ain't no punk. Wow. Listen, if you're in the south suburbs tomorrow, I have to do my church. I am doing the 7:30 and the 12:30 service. Pastor Glenn will be doing 9:30. But tomorrow at 3 o'clock, when I leave my church, I have to go to Country Club Hills. If you are in the south suburbs and you want to meet me at 3 o'clock, I'm going to be at Divine Word Ministries. It is located 4300 West 180th Street. I have to preach for Pastor Watkins' building dedication. They have a new ministry, a new building, and I'm going to be preaching at 3 o'clock when I'll get there when I leave my church. But yeah, I'll be doing 7:30. Set your alarm clock so that you live in another state and get up so we can get in this Bible. It's going to go in a whole nother direction. Friday, Thursday, and Friday coming up. I'll see you at 12-hour prayer. Come on, you guys. You sow. If the word blessed you, if you know that the Lord gave me a word and it ministered to you, drop your net, drop your 10, drop your 20, drop whatever you have, and believe you're going to get a catch. I love you guys more than I could ever express. Pray for me. I told you what I need you to pray for. If you know somebody that need this devotion, I need you to send it to them. If you know somebody that's going through what I talked about, send them this word. Say, trust me. Fast forward past me talking about 12 hours and get to the Bible study part. This is a word from the Lord. This word flowed tonight. I love you guys more than I could ever express. We've been doing this for years. What are we doing? We're doing something called life together. And don't forget to cover me in your prayers. I love you. I'm out of here.